You have to pay for every belt that you win, there's a sanctioning fee. So now if a fighter wins an interim belt, he has to pay a sanctioning fee. If a fighter has just the regular belt, he has to pay a sanctioning fee. Then if a fighter is a super champion, then he has to pay a sanctioning fee. This is not good for the sport of boxing.
Y'all see them though.
Boxing's unstoppable king just got blindsided. Not even 90 days after Terence "Bud" Crawford shocked the world, dethroned Canelo Alvarez, and took over the sport, his title was ripped away. Not in the ring, not by knockout, but because he refused to pay what was basically a ransom. The WBC demanded a massive $300,000 fee just to let him keep the belt he had already earned. When Crawford refused, they snatched it instantly. But the real explosion came from how the boxing world reacted.
I am firmly on Terence Crawford's side on this one. What do they do? Like, someone needs to tell me what they do. Because ultimately, again, the commission do the majority of things in terms of you put a fight in Vegas, it'll be the Nevada State Athletic Commission, they will appoint the judges. I mean, one thing they do, I guess, is that clean boxing program thing with VADA. But I'm pretty sure, and I stand to be corrected, that it's the fighters that pay for that as well. So what do they do, people, that they think that they can just go and take a percentage of a fighter's purse? Nah. And look, the green and gold belt is, obviously it's very prestigious. For me, it's the best belt in boxing. I sometimes kind of battle with that in the Ring magazine belt. But that doesn't mean you can just take the piss. It really doesn't mean you can do whatever you want to do, that you can just make up a percentage, that you can ask for a fighter for a percentage of their purse. No. And all this as well, like, this thing, like, surely before a fight, if you are going to take a percentage, surely that has to be written down, contract, lawyered up. I'm surprised if you, that's why it's even more crazy. It's the wild, wild west. Like, surely, if this is the percentage you're going to take from Crawford, it's, okay, Crawford, you know, in order to have this undisputed fight, which is very prestigious, this is the percentage we're taking from you. And Crawford signs it off before the fight's even done. In fact, before his purse is even given to him, that percentage is already removed. The fact that you are waiting on Crawford just to pay you, big WBC for me is wild within itself.
As Crawford goes nuclear on social media, threatening to expose everything, another dangerous fighter has stepped in with a cold response. Isaac Pitbull Cruz, the human wrecking ball, was asked about the controversy, and what he said reveals the ugly truth about boxing politics that fans rarely hear out loud.
Terence Crawford had an issue with the WBC this morning. They stripped him at 168 pounds. He was complaining about sanctioning fees and things like that. Just what are your thoughts on that whole issue?
¿Cuál es tu opinión de lo que pasó con Terence Crawford por la mañana, que lo dejaron sin el cinturón de la CMB por no pagar la tarifa del cinturón?
Bueno, es algo que se tiene que cumplir, como el protocolo de antidopaje con VADA, pero bueno, él sabrá por qué no quiso pagar.
To understand why Pitbull's answer matters, you need to see the level of disrespect Crawford just faced. This wasn't some polite disagreement. This was a full-blown war. On December 3rd, the WBC officially removed Crawford as champion. Crawford didn't wait for statements or apologies. He fired up Instagram Live and unleashed a furious rant aimed straight at WBC president Mauricio Suleiman, telling him, "Who do you think I am? You'd better slap yourself."
Him $300,000 plus another $100K something for sanction fees, right? Then he gonna tell me I ain't even apologize? Like, who the fuck you think I am? Boy, you better slap your fucking self. Ain't paying your ass shit. Fuck you talking about pay you $300,000. What makes you so motherfucking better than any other sanction bodies? Huh? Answer that question. What makes you better than the WBO, the IBF, or the WBA? Everybody accepted what I was giving them. But you the WBC think that you better than everybody, don't you? So since you, the WBC, and you got the fucking green belt, which don't mean fucking shit, fucking real belt is the ring belt, which is free.
Crawford explained that the WBC wanted hundreds of thousands of dollars just for the privilege of carrying their belt. He refused, telling them flat out, "I ain't paying you nothing." He said he even offered the same reasonable fee other organizations accept, but the WBC wanted more. When he refused to play along, they took his title. And this moment has sparked the biggest debate in boxing right now because Crawford's core argument is brutally simple.
That don't even make sense. I'm the motherfucker that's putting my life on the line, not you. You ain't stepping your motherfucking ass in that ring. You or nobody else. You or nobody else. So why should I have to pay to carry your belt? You should be paying me. If you want to be truthful, you should be paying me. I don't see it. It irks my nerves how this dude gets on a plane, gets a hotel suite. Him and his buddies, they go out to dinner, 5-star meals, all that, you know, and guess who got to pay for it? Us fighters. We paying for y'all to come out here, have the time of y'all life, stay in the best hotels of y'all life, and it's all done on our dime. It's done on our dime. Do that sound right to y'all? It's crazy, ain't it? We the one out there getting battered, knocked upside our head, and every time we step foot in the ring, we gotta pay them a sanction fee like they the government. We getting taxed. It's crazy.
Think about it. Fighters are the ones risking everything. They take the punches, drain their bodies, and gamble their health every time they step into the ring. Meanwhile, the sanctioning bodies, people who never take a hit, use these fees to fly first class, stay in luxury hotels, and enjoy premium meals on the fighter's dime. Crawford even called the green belt just a trophy, pointing out that the Ring magazine belt, the true lineal title, is completely free. By saying this, Crawford is doing the unthinkable. He's exposing the possibility that all these famous belts might just be expensive scams draining fighters' pockets.
We made a very clear 0.6%, which is $300,000, with $225,000 going to the Jose Sulaiman Boxers Fund, which is to help former fighters in need. And it is just regrettable. Not even a thank you or I'm sorry, taking a different route. No response. I wish him the best. But this is not. The WBC is huge, it's great, it's about greatness, and I'm relieved.
So where does Pitbull Cruz fit into all this? In the middle of fight week, gearing up to defend his title against Lamont Roach Jr., reporters asked him about the scandal. They expected him to back Crawford or blast the system. Instead, Cruz delivered the most stone-cold answer possible. We have to pay. No shouting, no drama, just harsh reality. To him, these fees are another obstacle, like a tricky style or a tough judge. You don't argue, you handle it and move on. And this has split the boxing world between Crawford, the rebel willing to burn the system down, and Cruz, the soldier who accepts it as part of the job.
Mauricio, I appreciate you. Because everybody in the world know you was going for Canelo. You was mad that I beat Canelo. It's okay. It happens, you know? But if you a real fan of the sport, you would have, you know, said congratulations instead of having that little smirk on your face, all mad and pouting. But listen though, you should have took the money and you should have been thankful and grateful that I was rocking your belt around as your champion. As your champion, the WBC champion. The undisputed champion at that. But you want to make it about you. You want to say, oh, well, you stripped me. Like, I've been stripped before. IBF just stripped me when I was at 147. Doesn't matter. I'm still considered the undisputed champion. I'm still the champion in the division. Because you know why? The only belt that's recognizable as the champion is the ring belt, baby. That's the #1 belt in the division. That trumps all belts.
But Crawford didn't stop at the money. He accused the WBC's top leadership of favoritism, claiming Suleiman was upset he beat Canelo. And here's the double standard fueling the fire. Canelo held that same WBC belt for 2 years and refused to fight his mandatory challenger, David Benavidez. The WBC let him keep it with no issue. But the moment Crawford wins it and refuses an inflated fee, they strip him immediately. Crawford asked the question everyone is thinking: why are the rules different for him? It makes it clear the sanctioning bodies might not be fair judges. They're businesses protecting their chosen stars.
Since Canelo is no longer a belt holder coming into his next fight, a fight that's still expected to make a lot of money due to Canelo's popularity and ongoing contract with Riyadh season, this means that for the first time in 7 years, not a single sanctioning body will benefit from Canelo's earnings. So the sooner Canelo becomes champion again, the better for them. But for the time being, they'll have to rely on Terence Crawford as their sanctioning fee provider. These sanctioning bodies make a lot of money from Canelo being their champion. Like, why did you think there wasn't any pressure coming from them when Benavidez was Canelo's mandatory? It's because if Canelo lost, then they'll have to rely on Benavidez and his $7 million purses. And if they decide to bully and pressure Canelo, and Canelo says, you know what, screw it, and decides to vacate the belt instead, then it's the same thing. They lose the benefit of a Canelo payday.
And Pitbull didn't stop at sanctioning fees either. In the same interview, he spoke about another dark trend: cheating becoming normalized. When asked about rival champion Subriel Matias testing positive for Ostarine, Cruz reacted sharply. This time, he didn't stay calm. He condemned how the sport handles drug violations, calling out how common these cases have become.
Subriel Matias tested positive for Ostarine. He's the WBC champion. You guys are fighting for the interim. WBC gave him like a year probation. He's still facing that guy Smith in like a month or so. Just what are your thoughts on that he tested positive and no, they're not taking the belt. Doesn't seem to be really facing any consequences. What's your thoughts on that?
Bueno, ¿qué opinas de la falta de consecuencias ante la situación de Subriel Matías, que dio positivo de Ostarina? La Comisión Mundial de Boxeo le dio un probation de un año, pero más allá de eso, él sigue peleando dentro de un mes, no parece que pasa nada. ¿Qué opinas?
Pues es algo que ya no se vuelve limpio y creo que deben de tomar cartas en el asunto para ya ser más estrictos en esa parte, porque al final del día se está convirtiendo ya algo normal que cualquier boxeador lo esté haciendo. Igual con Jenny Beck ya salió igual con la misma o probablemente con la misma dosis, entonces ya tiene que haber alguna sanción más fuerte y ya no debe de haber ningún tipo de porcentaje de tolerancia.
Put the pieces together. The sport will instantly strip a legend like Crawford over a disagreement about money. But when fighters test positive for PEDs, the response is slow, messy, and full of excuses. Cruz wants zero tolerance for drugs because that endangers lives. but the sanctioning bodies seem more focused on zero tolerance for missed payments. And that tells you everything, because in boxing today, it's the fighter's wallet that gets more protection than the fighter's safety.
It's free! How you love that? $180,000 free. How much your belt cost? I wonder, how much your belt cost? Huh? I don't see no receipts on your belt. It's crazy. Y'all be having so much taxes on these belts. You got some nerves. It's crazy that you can sit up there and have all these belts. You know, you got the WBC silver, the WBA intern, the whatever belt y'all got, and you taxing these fighters every time they fight, and you claim that you for these fighters. You're not for these fighters. You probably worse than the promoters. But hey, I wish you the best, you know? I wish you the best, you and your company.